There is a housing trap coming up and has started now right around the corner. And so I want to talk to you today about how to avoid that. Stay tuned. We're getting started right now. Welcome back, y'all. I'm Debbie Dobbins, your host for this episode of Your Wichita Falls. And as you know by watching this channel, I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I do all things real estate and everything in between. So if you'd like to know more about Wichita Falls, please subscribe to our channel, ring that bell, and you'll be notified every single time we upload a new video on Mondays. Today, I want to talk about avoiding the rental trap. Oh my goodness, that trap with jaws on it where you step on it and it just locks you down. This rental trap is on the horizon in 2022 and it's already begun. What's interesting is Wichita Falls is a little bit of a lagging indicator because there's lots of leading indicators throughout the country, and this is happening all over the country. But now it's here. And I'm wondering, are you one of those many renters thinking about where you're going to live the next time your lease is up? Or more importantly, your landlord decides to sell your property. This is becoming more and more common. Why? Because the owners of these properties know they can get more money for their properties now than they ever could before, so they let him go, and the next owner probably won't want a lease, or if they do, they're going to raise your rent. So before you decide whether to look for a new house or another apartment, it's important to understand the true cost of renting in 2022. And I personally, I'm dismayed a bit. I'm not a renter, but if I was, holy moly, things are tough. Things are super, super tough. And as a renter, you should know rents have been rising since 1988. And here's a graph. But the fact is that even though rents continue to grow, as do housing prices, in 2021, they grew
dramatically.
Not just a little bit, dramatically. And according to apartmentlist.com, who's keeping track of apartment rentals, those are just falling along with the housing rental. But in January 2021, the national median rent increased, holy cow, by 17.8%. That's almost a quarter of what your rent is. So imagine, let's just say you pay something simple like $1,000 a month. Your rent increased almost $250 to $1,250. And that's just the average. More people are experiencing much higher rent increases. To put that in context, rent growth from January to November averaged just 2.6% in the pre-pandemic years of 2017 to 2019. Pretty average, pretty basic. That increase in 2021 was far greater than the typical rent increases we've seen in decades. So what does that mean for you? Rents are rising fast. Ugh, like it's just being as if you're in a flood and the tide is rising. Rents are rising so fast, and the 2022 National Housing Forecast from realtor.com projects prices for vacant units will continue to increase this year. In 2022, we expect this trend will continue and fuel rent growth, not necessarily good growth. At a national level, they're forecasting rent growth of 7.1% in the next 12 months, which is still astronomically high. So think about it. If it went up 17%, it's going to go up another 7%. That is 0.25%. And that's an average. That is somewhat higher ahead of home price growth. So why would that be? Well, here's what happens. Not only when someone purchased a home that they are now going to rent or a multi-unit property, they paid more for it in the market. They now have to pay their expenses. They have to pay their mortgage. They have to pay their insurance. Insurance rates have gone. They have to pay their taxes. The taxes went up as a result of that. They have to pay for the upkeep of the house, We all know and have heard that the price of building materials has gone up. So they're building in the new owners as your landlords that cost so that they can still continue to get income from the property. It's just economics. But unfortunately, it means that hurts the renters. So if you're planning to move into a different rental this year, you're not likely, you are absolutely going to pay far more, not just a little bit more, far more than you have in years past. I don't make the rules, they just are. Home ownership. So this is where it gets cool. Home ownership provides an alternative to rising rents. Yay! And I wish, my dream would be that everybody become a homeowner because you have so much wealth building, autonomy, independence, the whole thing. Watch some of my videos. Some of them are coming up. But if you're a renter facing rising rental costs, you just might be wondering what alternatives you have. Well, the primary one, honestly, is consider home ownership. The other ones are downsizing, smaller places, less attractive, all that good, happy stuff. One of the many benefits of home ownership is it provides a stable monthly cost, which is so great because then you don't have the thing weighing behind you that, are they going to raise my rent? Are they going to sell my house? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? That monthly cost that you achieve when you buy a house is you lock it in for the duration of your loan, with the exception of taxes and insurance. That's another video. But there's a gentleman at the National Association of Realtors who's a chief economist, and he said, fast rising rents and increasing consumer prices, which we are all experiencing, may have some prospective buyers seeking the protection of a fixed, consistent mortgage. That's what we want. You want to be able to feel that safety and security for your family. So if you're planning to make a move this year, locking in your monthly housing costs on a 15 to 30 year loan can be a huge benefit overall. You begin to avoid wondering if you'll need to adjust your budget every other week, which it feels like that's what we're doing right now. Homeowners enjoy this added benefit of home equity. I talk about wealth videos. There's lots of those on this channel. But that's the thing, is that people that are owning homes right now are building so much equity in their properties that is wealth. The latest Homeowners Equity Insight Report, which is a big mouthful from CoreLogic, shows, this is astounding, the average homeowner gained, I love this number, $56,000 in equity over the last 12 months. I can't tell you how many people I've resold their houses that I sold them their homes 18, 24, 36 months ago. It's astounding. And as a renter, your rent payment is just going to the owner. You're not building any wealth or any equity. It covers the cost to your owner of living in that property. When you pay a mortgage, boom, mind blown, you're growing your wealth, not only from the equity, but from the forced savings that is paying down your mortgage. So if you're thinking of renting this year, it's so important to keep in mind the true costs that you will face. Absolutely, there is nothing comparable at this point in time to owning a home and renting. I've done several videos about comparing the two. It's hands down right now. Owning a home is better by far than renting. And I've done plenty of videos on how to get yourself in a position where you can buy, and I'll continue to do them because let's make 2022 your year of magic home ownership. 2 more videos are coming up. Love it if you subscribe to the channel. If you want to talk to me on a one-on-one basis, schedule a Zoom call in the first comment link below, and I'll see you on the other side. As I always say, y'all come back now. You hear?